Cornering, always a skill our cyclists are looking to improve on, and there's so many different types out on the open road. Plenty of hazards to look out for too.
Now, we have done a lot of videos on how to corner, but this video is all about what not to do, things to avoid so you don't end up on the floor in a rather uncomfortable mess.
Now, it has to be said, if there's anyone who knows how not to corner, it's Hank. Hey, Hank.
Right, let's get one thing straight. I think it's a little bit harsh how you keep going on about it, all right? I pushed the limits on cornering a couple of times, maybe once or twice.
Once or twice?
Yeah.
Tour of Britain, Red Hook, Tour Series taking out your entire team?
All right.
Shall I go on?
No. It's fair to say I've crashed a few times, meaning I am, well, the person to do this video.
You are, and I guess we all are in a way, because we've all had our crashes, we've all had our bad cornering experiences. So in this video, we're going to share with you some of what we've learned so you don't make the same mistake.
Yeah, this video I was born to make.
You were.
Yeah. So give it a big thumbs up.
Let's do it. Try and stay on our bike, shall we?
Right, let's start off with one that's definitely caught me out in the past. Yes, Connor mentioned it. I took my teammate out when I was pedaling in the corner. So something you should definitely not do.
So, as we bank the bike over in a bend, that distance between the ground and our pedal gets shorter and shorter. And as we corner even more aggressively, really trying to eke out our speed, that pedal will eventually clip the ground right there. Why is this a bad thing? Well, if that happens, it's going to buck your back wheel into the air with quite a force, sending that rear wheel flying up and probably cause you a crash. You might be able to save it if you're lucky, but you'll probably end up on the ground like Hank. How do you avoid this? Don't pedal through the bend. Try to resist the urge. Jam your outside foot onto the outside of the corner and only start pedaling again once the bike's righted itself.
You know that feeling of flying down the descent or coming in hot into a corner? And you think, oh shoot, I'm coming in too hot. So you grab a bucket load of brake and suddenly you're flying up into the hedge. This is what we want to avoid. Now, this is definitely something you want to try to avoid. Now, you want to scrub off the speed before even entering that corner, but there's some times where you're just going to come in too hot and you're not going to realise it until you're inside the corner. Now, what you don't want to do is grab a bucket load of brake, skid, lose traction, end up sliding down the road or even hitting a hedge. Instead, you kind of want to apply the brakes nice and gently, feather those brakes so you can keep the traction. But the more pressure you can apply to the brakes, the more you have to be straight on the bike, meaning you're not bent over or at a steep angle. Just like that. Perfect, thank you.
Pride comes before a fall. We say it so often, but it always happens. Here we have
you will never catch me, you will never catch me, you will never catch me, you will never catch me.
Showing exactly what you shouldn't do. Get overexcited, take loads of risks, think you invincible in some respect. It's not a good idea because it's probably going to result in a crash. Cycling is dangerous. You want to be careful, you want to be considered. You want to concentrate. Not like this, Egypt.
When it comes to cornering on the open road, it's imperative that we stick to our side of the road. Here in the UK, it's on the left. Now, what we don't want to do is get dragged into hitting that inside corner on the apex and then heading onto oncoming traffic because it's blind corner, we don't know what's coming up. So stick on our side of the road. This is an example of what to do. Yeah. Oh! See, hitting the apex on that line and staying on this side of the road. And then here's an example of what not to do. No, it's just cut in, hitting the apex, oncoming traffic, blind corner, danger, dead.
Another big no-no is not looking through the turn, fixating on a potential hazard. This is actually called target fixation. It's a phenomenon where you focus on the hazards more than where you're actually going and increases your risk of colliding with those hazards too. Thought being that you end up where you don't want to go rather than where you do want to go. So instead, try and scan along the road, progressively look where you're going, and that'll keep you upright. One thing you don't want to do in a bend is panic. There are a few times when you may come in with a bit too much speed and lose a little bit of control. The worst thing to do though is to panic. Bank the bike over, lean a little bit more, remain calm. Definitely don't do this. Oh,
do you know what? I'm so glad I survived that.
I'm glad we've shared these tips with the viewers because you definitely don't want to try them at home. I think my worst corner ever, Taiwan.
Yeah.
I ended up in the forest, didn't look ahead. There was a big road work. They dug a trench in the road and caused a massive crash.
Yeah, we won't go into all my stories. Anyway,
Yeah.
if you enjoyed this video, give it a big thumbs up and let us know some of the things that you've done mid-corner in that comment section below. We'll see you in the next video, I guess, won't we,
Thanks
Connor?
for watching, everyone. Yeah, I'll look after Hank. I'll get him home, all right?
Yeah.
I've given him a talking to.
Thanks, mate.
Yeah.
Just don't.
No showing off.
Yeah, but just don't tell all the,
No showing
all
off.
the viewers about...
You're too flamboyant
Yeah, okay.
sometimes.
Sorry.
Right. See you, Rob.